Have you ever wanted to play a game where you have to create the best 11 o'clock tea time?
No, I can't say that I have. But after today, hopefully you will. Hi, I'm Glenn.
I'm Cheryl.
And this is Couple
Versus
Cardboard. We decided again to do this really early in the morning because it was the only time that made sense.
We're crazy.
11 o'clock tea? That's what the game is about?
Yeah.
It's not even a thing.
No, it is.
Not for me.
Well,
I'm from America.
I know. Well, the game's not from America.
Is it from the UK?
No.
Where's it from?
Australia.
Was that your Australian accent?
I apologize, Australia.
To all of Australia. We're sorry.
Yeah. So it's a game. It's called Elevenses.
Elevenses.
And it's on Kickstarter right now.
Yeah.
And I think it met its...
It did. It met its funding goal. I think it met its funding goal in like the first day. They are into their stretch goals, and I think they're on their way to getting some expansion stretch goals and some other things along those lines. So that's really cool.
How do you play this game?
Yeah, that would make sense to talk about. You start, and everybody has their own deck of cards. So it's your own individual deck. There's 4 of them. You deal 8 cards out onto the table randomly. And then the remaining 3, you have 11 cards total. The remaining 3 stay in your hand. And those 3 cards that are in your hand are what you're going to be playing on each turn.
Right. They're called specific things. So the cards on your table are your
tablecloth, yeah.
And in your hand, you have your kitchen.
Yes.
So you're going to take from your kitchen, basically put it out on your table. You can either play a card. So you take it from your hand, you put it face up on your tablecloth in the position that it goes. So it's in numerical order. And you pick up the card that's face down and put that in your kitchen. So now you've played one card, and it initiates an action that's on the card. And it gives you a certain number of points indicated by the number of spoons on the card.
Yes.
So, the lower numbered spoons give you a more beneficial action. The higher number spoons give you a less beneficial action.
So it's often that game of trying to mitigate the consequences for whatever you're doing. Because the other thing is that there's kind of a time aspect with this game where the second anybody has 4 cards on the table, they can play the 11 card, which ends the round.
Right.
And the basic idea is that you really want to try and work quickly to have more points than everybody else.
Right.
Right.
Whoever has the most spoons, they get usually 2 sugar cubes. And then, depending on the number of people, second place.
Effectively points.
It's basically points. And you want to get 7 of them. You want to get 7 of them to win the game. Yeah.
I really like this game. I think it is it's interesting and engaging. It's a fun, lighter game that you can play. I think it plays for about a half hour or 45 minutes if you're playing with 4 people. Even though it's not a bluffing game, it has a lot of similar aspects to something like Love Letter, where there's a lot of simple actions. You only really have 3 cards in your hand. It's true that you can kind of swap and do some of that, but there's a very limited number of choices, even by the fact that you just have 11 cards total that you're interacting with. I think, and a lot of them do really similar things. So in terms of the game itself, it's not like there's a lot of things to keep track of. And I also think that for a game that has a little bit of strategy, it has this cool aspect of you can kind of have a sense of the playing field after about a game.
Right.
You can really kind of know how the game is supposed to work, and so I really enjoy that as well. The other thing that I think is really cool about this is I really enjoy the theme, and we talk a lot about this idea of that theme, especially when you're trying to get people who don't normally play games to play games. Theme can be a huge boon, or it can be a huge like hurdle
Yeah.
for them to climb over. I really enjoy the art in this. It's top notch and it's beautiful. And on top of that, it's very feminine. I think it's a really positive thing. Like, because I think, like Love Letter, or we've talked about Marrying Mr. Darcy, or these other games, there's an aspect with this game in which it can be the thing which allows someone who would otherwise not be interested in playing games to go, all right, I'll give it a try. A lot of the games that folks expect to be feminine are things like Pretty Pretty Princess, or like that shopping mall game that that one of the big companies in the 80s tried to market. But I think this game is a really fantastic game built onto a positively feminine theme, and I think that is awesome.
I really like this game. I think for all the reasons that you said, it has a fun theme, something that I can relate to. I really like tea, and like you said, the art is just really great, really fun. And it has strong enough game mechanics that it's something you can play several times, and it doesn't kind of get old quickly.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of different options you have and strategies, and so it feels different. I really love the player interaction that ends up happening, especially when we played with a few more players, with 4 players.
Right.
That it was really fun, and so it just feels like a good social game, really social game, and light. So like Glenn said, it would be a great game to get a girl that isn't interested in games, seeing if she would play something like this. I can imagine myself having a game night with a bunch of girls, or even like having a tea time and playing the game and serving tea and little cucumber sandwiches. It'd be really fun.
Yeah, it would be really fun. So check out Elevenses on Kickstarter. It has about a week left. Make sure you go back it. It's a heck of a lot of fun, especially if you're looking for something light as an appetizer that you can play. Definitely check that out.
Keep playing awesome games.
We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
There's nothing actually in this teacup.
Mine neither. I wish there was.
I know. I'm actually really tired.